Now that we've talked a bit more about the goals, the idea of the quarter strategy reflections, and where those are, I want to take a step back to think about the big picture here. So, really, the big idea is to help us monitor and reach our goals. So, we're aiming to have one reflection conversation a quarter, but this is where I give you some freedom in flexibility. So, if you have not yet had your goal conversation, or maybe you just had it last week, it doesn't really make sense for us to have a conversation in the next week or two here at the end of the quarter. So I want you to think about what would be a realistic timeline for your team to have discussions about the strategy, to actually reflect on how it's gone in our classrooms as we've tried to consistently implement them, and then figure out if we need a new strategy, discard it, to have those conversations. So again, just to echo one of those choice tasks that you have during work time, you can set that realistic timeline for when you have these discussions. So you might want to do that in your Google Calendar or Outlook calendar, maybe in your CLT calendar if you want to sit down with your CLT leader so they know what's coming. The other thing that I would recommend, although I've already created all 4 strategy reflection docs for you and they're linked in your tech goal, please feel free to rename those to make them work for you. So for example, if it's called Quarter 1 Strategy Reflection and you know your team is going to have the conversation the week after Thanksgiving, please feel free to rename that, whether it's November Strategy Reflection or December Strategy Reflection. But try to space it out so that you do have 4 conversations throughout the year. If you want to take a moment to either email questions to me as you re-look through slides 6 through 8, I can answer those, or feel free to reach out to another blended learning leader if you have a buddy that was at the meeting yesterday.